What's up, bro? I haven't done jack shit today. So it is 9:30 p.m. The I had check two things on my to-do list today. One was prepare for my German exam tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. The second thing was hit legs. I haven't hit legs, and the preparation for my German exam. It's literally a final exam. Like I will never have anything to do with German or Deutsch or Germany, anything like that. I probably will, but you know what I mean, right? I'm completely done with it. This is my final exam. And I have it tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. And today I was supposed to practice for that exam. And I've probably done like about 30 minutes of concentrated work, and I've had like the entire day for it. And yeah, I've just been looking at fucking bullshit like what's it called, like YouTube analytics, like listening to a podcast, and just having like I've just like done jack shit today. Bro, I can't. I spoke with my good friend yesterday. We hit the gym yesterday. He came over to my house at 8 p.m. right, and then we biked to the gym. It was probably like 10 minutes past 8 p.m. at that point, and we biked to the gym at that point. And we usually like go to bed pretty early, but yeah, so it was a very late night session for us, and we just yapped. Like we were on, like we yapped so like, to put it into perspective, we were at, because like he slept at my house because it was like too late to bike home. He could bike home, but it's like rather just like sleep here and then bike home in the morning. So so we biked from my house to the gym at about 8:10 p.m. and we were at my house again at 11:30 p.m. So the entire workout took like 3 hours and 20 minutes, which is that's crazy. And we didn't really hit that much. It was back and chest. Um, but yeah, we just yeah, there was a very good conversation. I love that dude. Um, yeah, we talked about like his grandparents for some reason has like a big ass house in the middle of like on a little island, so it's like extremely cheap because like no one wants to be there. So they have like a big farm or something like that, and it's like I think he said it was like probably it probably cost around like $100,000, but the reason why they got it is because it was built in like in the 1850s or something like that by his granddad's granddad or something like that. So it's just something like that. And he said that it would be fucking sick. He just thought about it. They have like a big, I think they have like 3 hectares of land or something like that. So not like a pretty small like farm compared to others, but 3 hectares. You can grow everything you need. Like you can live off that farmland forever. I think we asked ChatGPT, you need like 0.7 hectares. I don't know how to say it in English, to survive with a variety-based diet a year, which means you can eat meat and everything like that. And there's also a lake, so there is basically enough farmland for 4 people to survive on that on a whole year. So you could literally plant food there. There's a chicken coop. We could get like we could literally move if obviously if we got the permission from his grandparents to move there. And he said he probably thought that they'd think it was a sick idea that someone was actually like taking care of it and got some good use of it. But we could literally like build shit there. He likes to. He's like kind of like an engineer type dude. Or you can search for struggle to success lol. Like you know my main channel, right? Where which is not really my main channel. This is like more of my main channel now. But you know the old videos, right? If you search for running a half marathon unprepared, lol, it's that dude in that video. It's that dude who I'm talking about. Um, So yeah, you could literally like get 2 cows, milk every day, get like a bunch of chickens, like 50 chickens or something like something crazy like that, just and build them like they already have like a big ass like a chicken coop thingy. Then you could even expand that so that they can also like walk around outside, like so it's like it'll be fucking sick. You could like eat a shit ton of eggs, right? Completely organic, everything, and you can feed them vegetables that you've like made and grown yourself and everything like that. You can get cows, you can get organic milk as well. He's gonna do like that stuff, and you could like also like you know eat the chickens and the process when you have to take a live chicken to make them into like chicken breasts or whatever. I'm like kind of sensitive towards that. I think it's fucking disgusting. He thinks it's a little less disgusting, and like also he said you can also like fish and stuff. And I also think that shit is disgusting as fuck. So he's also gonna like have to do that. Maybe like if it's like serious, then like I might get onto that as well. But if this turned into reality, I finished school in 1 year. He finishes school in 2 years. So if it even turned out to be anything, it would be more than 2 years into the future. So yeah, we just talked about that a lot, and he's talking about still like renovating houses, but I like no what he's talked about like okay, so it's like yeah, it's like there is money in it. I truly see that there is money in it, but it's like he wanted to rent out houses, and I also talked about that, but it's like the returns aren't that good. It's like this you could get around I think it was like 10-11% a year from rent. But in my country, like the renting rules are like crazy. Like the the um, the renter, like the one that lives in the house, has all the rights. So it's like very difficult to kick out someone who's renting or some everything like that. It's like weird. So if you wanted to sell the house, it's like very difficult. You need to give them like a 6 months or 12 months notice. And again, don't take this as like legal advice because I have no fucking clue about what I'm talking about. This is just something that I'm pretty sure about. So yeah, something that I'm also thinking about is I want to improve my accent because for some reason you probably haven't noticed it because you're probably not from my country, but the people from my country they can hear it on my accent that I am from Denmark because that's where I'm from. They can hear it on my accent. I'm trying to improve it a bit, um, but yeah, it also like comes naturally. It's just something that you have to focus on. I don't really know like when I say that I want to improve my accent, I don't really know exactly what that means. I'm just trying to pronounce the each word better, if that makes sense. Um, and like accent is a weird thing because you kind of grew up um, talking and using your mouth in a specific way when you spoke, and then when you learn a new language that's like completely different to yours, it's like you have to speak like the way you position your tongue in your mouth and how you speak and everything like that is completely different. So some of your habits from another language still like sticks in, and I obviously speak my mother language or whatever it's called on a day-to-day basis, but now that I record so much content in English, I speak to guys in English, it's like a big part of my brain is also like communicating with itself in English. And also when I communicate to that friend, we're speaking about like health and like investments and everything like that. And then my vocabulary in my own language within that is like very limited. It's like it's crazy that a lot of words I can articulate and my thoughts I can articulate better in English than I can in my own language, which I speak like most of the time. I'd say like 95% of the time I speak Danish, and then 5% of the time I speak English. But obviously, with these like documenting videos where I just like speak about shit that's on my mind, the percentages, the percentages, the percentages like kind of like gravitate towards a higher percentage on the English words side. Fuck, I don't know if that was correctly said. But yeah, but it'd be sick, bro. Imagine literally two, like, we would be like 20 years old at that point, two 20 year olds living on like a farm that's like 100% owned, so you don't have to like really pay anything except for like you could almost be like 100% sustained. The only thing you need to pay for is literally like heating for the house, and then electricity, and then like internet. That's like it. It would be like $300 a month or something like that. So it's like basically free. And if you could make some money online, because like and also if you want to like build some stuff, which he wanted to do, we also wanted to like make like a YouTube channel with it, where we like just like documented shit, where we like documented becoming 100% sustainable, self-sustainable, and like he would be building shit, like he would be like build a sauna or something, or like just build some crazy shit, right? Um, and just make videos about that, planting stuff. I don't know. To be honest, it's like I think it's awesome to have a friend where you can learn something from him, where your expertise are not in the exact same area, and it's like his. It's like I kind of know. Fuck, I don't want to say that I know a lot about business, but it's like it's all I consume. It's like the only stuff that I consume. Like the only stuff that I consume is self-improvement content within like business, making money, mindset, self-improvement, everything like that. Philosophy. That's like the only stuff that I consume. I listen to audiobooks about that. I read books about that. I go to a business school where everything is kind of centered around business. It's like I haven't made that much results in it, but I am trying to, and it's basically all I'm thinking about in the day. He knows a shit ton about history stuff and like other stuff that doesn't really interest me that much. But I think it's awesome that like I just think, bro, as a human, you should be like very interested in something. Like you should be interested in something. And I think we can like it's like this is a mindset that I'm trying to adopt, but it's not really that native to me, if that makes sense. That you can learn something from everyone. You can go to the street and talk to a homeless person, and you can learn something from that dude. He will talk about. This is a side point. I remember this one homeless dude. He told us something about he had like 5 wives in Thailand or something like that, and to never trust like Thailand. Some weird shit, right? If you could like, I don't know, bro. I don't know about that. Or I think he talked a lot like about he had like 5 wives in like Bangkok or like Thailand, something. Bro, you know weird shit that homeless people say, right? You could probably learn something about them, like something from them. They could say like, "Oh, alcohol when you like is such like a bad thing. You should like really stay away from alcohol." And they could even say something that you already knew, but just because it came from a different person with a different perspective that was said in a slightly different way, you could still learn from that. So that's what I'm also trying to. It's something that I'm passively trying to like also get better at, and also I'm trying not to judge people as much because like I feel like I'm very easy at like judging people. I see someone with like a weird tattoo, that's weird. I see someone drinking, that's weird. I see someone, you know what I mean, right? We all judge other people, but it's like just trying to not do that as much because yeah, it's like, or I see someone that takes steroids, that's stupid, or something like that, right? It's like, I probably do something that other people think is fucking stupid, right? And it's like, you don't know what other people have been through, so it's like, it's kind of difficult to judge someone. You know what I mean, right? It's like, and there is no point in actually like judging someone. It's like, it's just a waste of time, just stupid, right? Yeah. Um, Yeah, but then we could like make YouTube videos about it, and hopefully, like I could imagine that would actually like get some views. I think people would watch that, And if you've watched the $30,000 real estate investment plan or whatever the title of the video was, um, these videos are like all of the documenting videos that I'm making on this channel. And for some reason, all of them turn out to be like very long. I don't know if it's because of the fact that I only watch long, because like I stopped watching short form content about like 4 or 5 months ago, right? Almost 5 months ago now. So and I've also just like started thinking a lot more. It's like there's not that much to do when you like don't watch social media and TV shows and movies. I just like I'm gonna be completely honest with you. A lot of the time I just like am bored. I just like walk around and I'm just bored. But I'm also bored when I watch the short form content and the TV shows. So it's like I'm bored either way, right? But now I actually get insights because I get to like dig into my own mind. I get to think about my thoughts, right? A person who thinks all the time has nothing to think about except thoughts, right? I feel like I get a little more insightful from that, and also just the fact that maybe it's a combination of two variables, and one of those being that I now just consume longer pieces of content, if you could say that, and the second thing being that I am more insightful now, because of the fact that I just have more time to think about stuff, and the stuff that I actually do consume is more insightful and educational. Yeah, a lot of difficult words, huh? A lot of difficult words. I still stumble upon a lot of words where I'm like, huh, what the hell was that word? And what does that mean? And I have to search for it and everything. And I think that's good. That means I'm still learning, and I catch myself not just listening to words and just like nodding my head, if you know what I mean. And that I actually like learn something and get better at it. Yeah. I think it's pretty funny when I look on the video duration of the like documenting videos on this channel over time, because I think it's like pretty correlate. There's a correlation. The correlative. I don't know how to say that. You know, there is a correlation. I don't know how to say the other word. It's like a different word of correlation, because I feel like now that like when I watched the short form content, the videos were also just shorter. So I don't know if there's a correlation with that. Anyway, it is. There's 10 minutes till the clock is 10 p.m. and I still have some text that I need to prepare for tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. and my sleep is gonna be horrible. And also my fucking resting heart rate is fucking crazy good. It's crazy good, bro. I've had, since I got the Aura Ring, I think I've had four or five nights with a resting heart rate of 43. That is fucking crazy. 43, bro. That's crazy. And my average heart rate is 47. That's fucking good, bro. That's fucking good. Yeah, so that's just crazy. I kind of have like a slight goal to get my resting heart rate to 39, which just like get one day of a resting heart rate of 39 would be fucking crazy. 39 resting heart rate is crazy, bro, right? And I noticed that I went to, because I got 43 this morning, right? Which was very surprising, because the circumstances should have said that it should be the opposite of that, but I could see that I got it at around like 5 a.m. to 5:30 a.m. And I woke up at around 4:45 a.m. to go take a piss, and then I went to bed after that. So, and I could see how it like my heart rate just like bumped down. And I think that could be like that my heart rate is higher because I had to withhold like pee, if that makes sense. And then when I went to go take a piss, it's like my body could just like completely relax, and then the heart rate just dropped. Yeah, I think I said this in another documenting video, but I signed up to half Ironman with that friend that I just talked about. No, I think I might not have said that actually. Um, but yeah, I think I did that yesterday. Yeah, that must have been yesterday. Um, so yeah, half for Ironman. Here we fucking go. 2 kilometers swim in the ocean. Right after that, 90 kilometer bike, and then right after that, half a marathon. 21 point something kilometers. Fucking crazy. So that's like my commitment to, and that's also with my friend. I don't know if I can say his name because I haven't asked. He has like a quite a Danish name. It's kind of weird actually. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I truly wonder if anyone even watches these videos because I like this phone cost me. It cost me around $200, and the microphone in this phone is it's just fucking trash. Like it's truly trash. Um, And when I listen to voice notes on these videos, the audio is just ass. And when this video also gets posted in a year, I don't know if anyone is even interested in listening to this, but hopefully there is some AI in the future where just like you can just take a full like YouTube channel and then it can like grab the data from it and like transcribe the audio into text, and then it can take that text and like I think that would be such a cool idea. And then all of these videos aren't really for nothing, and I've like actually documented my entire life like this. Not my entire life, but you know, like the past, like I don't know, like 2 years or something like that, which is pretty crazy to think about. Yeah, and then it's like this is like not the golden years, but I also thought about a concept which is basically people look back on their life and think that the years before, because this is I listened to a podcast with Chris Williamson and Alex Hamosi, a 4 hour podcast, and I listened to the entirety of that podcast today. 4 hour podcast is crazy. That's like an audiobook. so, so, yeah, crazy, right? And they talked about the fact that older people, 40 years old, something like that, they look back on their 20s or something like that, right? And they looked at that as their golden years. But when they then said that to someone else who were in their life, for example, a spouse or a wife or anything like something like that, they said, "No, that's just not true. You were extremely stressed and you had a lot of anxiety and yada yada yada, right?" And then they're like, "Oh yeah, yeah." But that's because in retrospect, when they look back on their life, they know what the ultimate outcome was. So all the anxiety and all the stress that they self induced on themselves was for nothing. So they now know the end of the movie, and therefore they look on the previous years and they like look at them as like fun or whatever. And right now I'm like stressed and like about like now I have like the exam tomorrow and I have another exam 2 days after that, and they actually count for something. It's not like fun and games anymore. Um, and I have this habit contract, and I've paid like money for coaching, and I'm like down money, and like the future is uncertain. And that's why I have like a bit of anxiety and stress. And it's something that I'm also thinking about because I'm thinking about a lot of stuff. Is I want to make a lot of money, right? And the problem with that is you create a desire for the future. You have a goal for how you want the future to be. For example, I want to be rich, for example. I want to make a lot of money. With the fact that I'm setting this goal for myself, I'm self inducing pain onto myself that others my age aren't experiencing because they don't have the same desire. They they want to achieve it, but they kind of set it off into the future. Yeah, I'm gonna take action on it in the future. I'm just gonna YOLO, I'm gonna live life right now, whatever. They don't really have the same desire that I do. But because I have this desire, I'm kind of like delaying happiness for no reason, which I don't really know how to get over because I really want to get the like financial freedom and I want to. Bro, I just fucking want to reach the amount of money where I know that with that amount of money, I can just live off that forever and I just know that if everything goes to shit, I have this money and I can live on it forever or like 10 years or something like that. And I can build up myself again and I can build back up the like wealth and whatever, right? I just want that security and I just want to have some certainty about the future, which I don't truly have right now. Because also right now about all this stuff I'm doing, I don't have literally. You probably watch this from the future, right? I know, because this will be it's like the 10th of June 2025 for me right now, and it will be posted in a year or so in 2026. You already know what the future looks like for me. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what it is. And what the fuck? What was my point with that? Yeah, the self-induced anxiety and stress and whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that looks like. So I just completely lost my thought. Yeah, I don't know what that looks like. So it's like kind of like anxiety and stress inducing. But yeah, I just want to have that amount of cash so that I can like have something to fall back on. Oh yeah, now I remember what I was talking about. I don't have any result. I don't have anything to prove that the stuff that I'm doing is going to work. I don't have any proof that it's going to pay off. Like I could be doing all of this stuff for nothing. But you are in the future. You will probably know if all the effort that I'm putting in now, if it actually pays off, if it actually works out, if there actually was a point in doing it. And obviously, I believe there is a point in doing it and everything like that. But I don't really truly have concrete like something to look at and say, this is why it's worth it. This is why. Because I don't have that yet. I truly just want to get some results where I can look at that and say, this is why. This is why. This is why I should be doing this. This is why I shouldn't get a regular job. This is why this path, entrepreneurial path or whatever, is better for me than all of these other paths. I don't have that proof yet. Bro, it's gonna be so fucking weird for my parents to look at these videos. I just thought about that. It's gonna be so fucking weird. They're gonna see another side to me, which is kinda weird and like kinda goes against my beliefs of authenticity. But it's like they don't have the results either. My original thought process and pattern of this was basically I am going to get some results first before talking to it about my parents because in the past when I talked to my parents about it, they didn't believe in this stuff. And obviously that makes 100% sense because they haven't seen what I've seen and I haven't generated any results yet. But when I do generate those results, I can be more confident about myself and my parents can be more confident in me because now I actually have the results. So I feel like I have to generate that first. And that's also kind of where some of the anxiety and stress lies because I don't have the result yet. And about the stuff that I just talked about earlier before, my parents thinking about this is gonna be weird as fuck. I've made like 700-800 videos, talking head videos. There is going to be so much content, so much audio, so much of this stuff that they can't even go through everything. They can't get a full perspective on everything. And if they, like, let's say they listen to this entire like 30-minute video, and I've made like plenty of these 30-minute videos, it's gonna be so weird for them because like I don't talk about this stuff with them. Like I really don't like talk about this stuff with them. But I don't know. Future will tell how everything goes. Yeah. I also think it's kind of annoying. I don't know if this is just like because I also talk with Kasparos, which is like I don't know if you want to call it a mentor. I paid him 500 euros, so he's technically my mentor, right? Um, his parents also don't really know what he is doing. They just see that he's making money, and his dad then offered to buy him a proper PC where you could do like work. Because right now he's doing it on his phone, which is like props to him. He's making like thousands of dollars on the internet on his phone. Like props to him, dude. But yeah, so it's like that's just because he generated results. If he had no results, why the fuck would his parents believe him? They don't watch any like self improvement stuff. They don't watch any like business stuff. They don't consume this stuff. They don't have like the same mindset. So why the fuck would they believe him? Why would they? Why would they? I wouldn't if I were in the same position that they were in basically, and some like my son or whatever talked to me and said, I'm gonna become an entrepreneur. I'm gonna make money on the internet. I don't want to work a regular job. I don't want to go to school. I don't want to do this. I'm gonna become an entrepreneur. I'd just say like, shut the fuck up. Go to school. Fucking go to work. Whatever, right? Obviously, I wouldn't say that because I have a different mindset about life. But I'm just saying, if I had the same mindset that they have, or had the same this is getting weird because obviously I don't know exactly what their thought patterns are. Anyway, you know what I mean, right? You know what I mean. From what I've observed about them, that is how I believe their thought patterns are and how I believe they would react if I said that. You know what I mean, right? Anyway, it's 5 minutes past 10 p.m. I should. Fuck, I need to go to sleep. I won't get inact inadequate, adequate. I think it's called adequate sleep for my final exam tomorrow. And this turned out to be a way longer video than I expected, and the sun has went down like half an hour ago. So the video is probably also shit, and the audio is also shit. And I made a fucking 32.5 minute video for no reason, and I should have just logged in and made some German. But when the mind goes wild, the mind goes wild, and then you just have to entertain it and speak out your thoughts and get stuff up off your chest. Bro, imagine if I didn't have this, like basically this journal for myself where I could just speak about my thoughts. Where the fuck would that? Where would this stuff go? I feel like I have such a racing mind that has so many thoughts that needs to be expressed and that needs to go out into the world. I'm gonna do my German now. Wish me luck for my exam tomorrow. Go do the thing which you've been procrastinating from doing today. And have a good rest of the day. See you, brother.